Brian Stelter is back at CNN, and if that name doesn't ring a bell, well, he was the host of CNN's show Reliable Sources, which got canceled at the same time that he was fired. He also founded the Reliable Sources newsletter, which, if you're a media nerd like me, is a must-read for news about the media. Brian Stelter was fired in 2022 by former CNN CEO Chris Licht, who was trying to clean up the company after it became overly partisan during the Trump years. But then Licht was fired and current CEO Mark Thompson was brought in. A veteran media executive of the New York Times and BBC, he promised sweeping changes at the company, saying it's time for a revolution. He did lay off around 100 employees, but now he's bringing one employee back, although not to host a show. You see, Reliable Sources was in a ratings crisis when Licht shuttered it, and Thompson so far doesn't seem keen to revive it. Instead, Stelter will helm the Reliable Sources newsletter, which recently became leaderless after former writer Oliver Darcy left to start a competitor newsletter called Status. Now, there doesn't seem to be many hard feelings. Stelter wrote on X, "I'm rooting for Oliver, and as I have told him personally, I think we're going to complement each other wonderfully." Stelter's official title at CNN is Chief Media Analyst. He got his start as a media critic as a kid working on a blog about the media before being hired by the New York Times right out of college. He joined CNN in 2013, where he was the host of Reliable Sources for 9 years. After he left, he hosted a podcast for Vanity Fair called Inside the Hive and was a consulting producer for the Apple TV Plus show called The Morning Show. The show is based off of Stelter's book Top of the Morning about the fall of NBC Today show host Matt Lauer. Now, there's speculation that one of the reasons Stelter was let go was because of how partisan his show had become. Fox News compiled a list of big media stories Stelter ignored on his show that would have made Democrats and those in the liberal media look bad. But is it going to be the same Stelter this time around? In his sign-off at CNN, he defended his reputation as a partisan.
Here's what I do know. I know it's not partisan to stand up for decency and democracy and dialogue. It's not partisan to stand up to demagogues. It's required. It's patriotic. We must make sure we don't give platforms to those who are lying to our faces.
However, Stelter claims he's changed after moving from Manhattan to a horse farm outside the city near one of Trump's golf clubs. He also says that tuning out of the news for a bit after being a news junkie for 20+ years changed his perspective on the attention economy and information ecosystem. I guess we'll see after September 9th when he officially starts at CNN. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this move. Once again, I'm Kellum, and you're watching Newspeak.